What's up, Flyover family? Welcome to the bi-week Blitz show. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, including the Eagles' Week 8 win over the New York Giants, general Eagles news, and so much more. Without further ado, let's just fly into it. So my thoughts on our Week 8 win versus the New York Giants. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Cam Scatabo. Prayers out to you, buddy. I wish you a speedy recovery and things of that nature, and God bless you, man. Now in terms of the game, we won 38-20. It was an 18-point win. First and foremost, offensively, Jalen Hurts absolutely balled out. 4 touchdowns, no picks. Saquon Barkley also had a pretty damn good game. 150 plus rushing yards. 2 touchdowns, 1 off of reception, 1 off of rushing. That's only off of 14 carries and 4 receptions. Pretty darn good if you ask me. Tank Bigsby, he woke up. 104 yards off 9 carries. So yeah, that's 18 plus 9. So yeah, that's 27 carries for 250 plus yards. And 2 touchdowns technically, but the touchdowns were Saquon Barkley, obviously. But still, to have 2 running backs having over 100 plus yards rushing, that's diabolical. Love to see it. I'm here for it, absolutely. Dallas Goedert, he had 2 touchdowns, so he had a pretty darn good game himself. 30-something yards, I believe, off like 4 or 5, 6 receptions, something like that. Jahan Dotson, he mossed the guy for a receiving touchdown. Absolutely beautiful to see, It's a second insane Kelly Green catch and things of that nature. So all the props to him and things of that nature. And the offensive line was pretty damn good, I have to say. Like I'm not just, nothing's ever good enough. All Howie's moves are trash. Like, no. If something's good, heck yeah, the O-line was good versus an elite defensive line. You know what I'm saying? So that has me believing, or leads me to believe that Landon might be, pretty close to 100, maybe 60, 70%, if not maybe 80%. So yeah, that was definitely great to see a strong performance by the offensive line. And like I said, all things considered, 2 running backs with 100 plus yards. Barkley had a total of 2 touchdowns and 150 yards off of 18 total touches. Tank had 104 off of 9. Again, that's 27 total touches, or however the case for the running backs. And that's over 250 yards of total offense. That's pretty darn good. And again, versus an elite D-line, that does say something. That does say, like, okay, maybe our offensive line is getting healthy. So yeah, offensively, I got to give our performance an A++++. Won by multiple possessions. Jalen Hurts, he made key plays. Again, 4 passing touchdowns or however. Didn't really turn the ball over. Smart with the ball. Made key plays with his legs when he needed to, or however the case. So again, I can't really complain about nothing. If it's good, I'll be happy, But if something's bad, can't get mad at me for calling it. Pass defense, according to the stats and the stat nerds and all that, the pass defense looked okay, or however the case. They only allowed 193 passing yards and only 1 touchdown, but to be fair, Malik Neighbors is, kind of out for the season, to be completely fair. When we don't have AJ versus certain teams, y'all didn't beat us when we had AJ, so I know once AJ comes back, we'll be good. Same respect for other teams. That's their number 1 receiver. Is he on AJ's level? No. Absolutely not. I love AJ. He's the best Eagles receiver in history. Malik Neighbors is nowhere close to his level. But you missing a number 1 wide receiver is missing a number 1 wide receiver, regardless of how big the skill gap is, or however the case may be. He was still damn good. He wasn't a bum. He was still damn good. So yeah, I know last year we were first in the league with only allowing 173 passing yards. So in this case, game for game, or however the case, yeah, sure, we have some injuries and things of that nature. It's just before our bye. I'm not going to bitch about 20 yards. It's a first down or 2. But the way it looked, the eye test, we looked freaking horrible. We got bailed out by penalties going our way, or however case. I'll be honest, we got bailed out by penalties going our way. The Giants just being truly incapable from an offensive line standpoint, from an organizational standpoint. It more so said, how bad they were in terms of our defensive performance. It wasn't how good we were on defense. It was just how bad they were on offense, more so. But yeah, it was just before our bye week and things of that nature. So like I said, maybe an extra first down or 2, big whoop. But yeah, in terms of the looks, or however the case, it looked horrible. Linebackers did their thing. Bond, I don't have any hate for him, or however the case. It was just a good play. If it was a dirty play, I'm like, damn, I'm glad we didn't get fined, or however the case, and it sucks that he got injured, but blah blah blah. But still a fine, or however the case, it's valid. but I genuinely don't think it was a hip drop tackle. According to the NFL's official rules, there has to be a swivel or, unweighting, the person's self, or however the case, by swiveling or unweighting or however the case. And he didn't do either of those, and he didn't fall on him. Like, basically, he sat on his own foot and he hurt himself. That's basically what happened. It was a clean tackle. Anytime an Eagles player gets injured, oh dang, stuff happens or however the case. But anytime any other team gets injured playing us or however the case, oh, the Eagles are dirty, oh, blah, blah, blah. No. That's the New Orleans Saints that are dirty trying to injure people. That's them. They're bad on defense, so, they got to try to cheat. And, since everyone hates the Eagles, the refs don't care. But anyways, that's a whole different discussion. By the way, Bond, Campbell, Dean, they all, flashed in their own respective ways or however the case. Great unit for sure. Again, the fact our defensive line and edge units got 5 total sacks or however the case, it wasn't, it's not saying like, oh, our defensive line is back, we have an elite defensive line, or it's good enough or whatever the case. It's just because we faced a poverty offensive line. If getting a couple sacks on a really, really bad offensive line really fools you that easy to where you're just like, yep, we don't need any more moves, yep, we're good. And so far, that's what Howie's been doing, just slacking, making moves for bum corners who haven't been shit in years. But yeah, again, our D-line really only got pressure because, New York's O-line really, really sucked. Just saying. Even Fangio said, and we can give him respect that he knows what he's talking about. Even Fangio said, while we did get pressure, I think our guys could have played better. Translation, Howie, stop slacking. Give me a freaking real pass rusher alongside Jalen Carter. These bums ain't cutting it. All they're doing is holding Jalen Carter back. That's what I hear when I heard that quote, or however the case. That's what I heard. Now, what he actually said was, again, even though we had pressure, I think we could have played better. In other words, we played a shitty-ass offensive line. That's all we had. Now, that's pretty direct. That's basically saying, yeah, sure, we got a couple of pressures, but because of how bad the offensive line was, we could have played better. The offensive line for the Giants is that bad, and that's all we got is 5 measly garbage-ass sacks. That's it. It's garbage. Worthless. So yeah, that's how I take it, or half the case. Is he's saying, basically, stop slacking, Howie. Come on now. We should have had more sacks than that versus that poverty O-line. But I don't know how he's addicted to bringing guys in just to hold back Jalen Carter. And still going to pay him full, or however the case. Because as of now, if he's going to keep getting held back, it's not his fault, or however the case, but we can't pay him big money. We can't. He'll have to take a $20, $30 million pay cut. Because Howie can't even bring guys in that are good enough. He'd rather bring somebody out of hard-earned retirement and all that, or however the case, than to just bring a good enough guy in. It's deliberate slacking. It's like, hey, you earned your retirement, you gave us 15 years, you tore your tricep twice, you got a clutch sack on Tom Brady, but hey, I'm not going to make a move. I'm going to ruin your retirement. Slacking. And in terms of like scoring, yeah, they scored 20, 1 rushing touchdown by Jackson Dart, 1 receiving touchdown by Cam Scatterbo. So that's 14 points off of touchdowns. That's 2 touchdowns allowed. All things considered, the fact that we let the Giants drop 20 on us without the number 1 receiver, without Cam Scatterbo most of the game, I gotta give it a C-, D+. I'm sorry. We should have got more sacks. Come on. Because whenever you play 50 plays, 26 minutes, 50 plays, you only get 5 sacks versus an absolute poverty offensive line, that's garbage. That's garbage. Myles Garrett, 1 guy, not an entire line, just 1 guy. 1 guy got 5 sacks in a single game. 1 guy versus our 50 sacks by 50 different bums by committee bullshit. Yeah, let's just bring in a million different guys because we can't find 1 good guy. No. It's wasted roster spots. Yeah, what if one of them gets hurt? Then all of a sudden you lose out on pretty much everything because it messes up the whole system. Because they're only good for a snap apiece. Alright, your turn to go and you going for a snap. Or you going for a snap. Then somebody has to play 2 snaps. And then the second they have to play the second snap, oh, I'm garbage. Because they're garbage to begin with. But yeah, they weren't going against a poverty offensive line. We may not be as good as last year, but it's at least top 10. Maybe top 5, top 8, something like that. The Giants are top 20 or worse. That means that there's 20 motherfuckers that have better offensive line than them. I'm just saying, 5 sacks or half a case when you have Jalen Carter. You know what I'm saying? You have not Milton. You have Ojimo. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Ojimo. Sorry, I know Milton went to the Patriots. I didn't forget, or half a case. It's just mind slip or half a case brain fart. But anyways, Ojimo and things of that nature. All these guys that are, oh, this guy's nice, because I get into little Twitter debates. Oh, this guy's nice. That guy's nice. Nolan Smith. Man, fuck them bums. And all they're doing is holding Jalen Carter back. Wow, one play once a month. Yeah, guess what? There's up to 4 games a month. Wow. In terms of Nolan Smith, takes him 41 games to get 12 sacks. That's worthless. For a first-round pick, I don't care if he was the 32nd pick in the draft. He was actually 30th, but still. I don't care if you're the 32nd pick in the draft. If you're a pass rusher, and you've been in the league 3 years, you ain't got no double-digit sacks, that looks bad. Secondly, on top of that, in 41 career games, you can barely muster up you can barely muster up, what, 12 sacks? That's worthless. 41 games. And 12, that's worthless. I'm sorry. Jalen Hunt, yeah, he had a pick 6. Heck yeah. What else? Well, I mean, what's up the next week? Come on. I don't expect Pro Bowlers at every position. I don't expect superstars and all that, or however the case, but this is the way I look at it. If Jalen can have a whole good old team built around him and all that, superstar offensive line, superstar running back, superstar receivers, at least a respectable tight end, at least respectable. Dallas Goedert, at least at this point, injuries, all things considered, is at least an above-average respectable tight end. On the D-line, in the trenches, Cam Jurgens has Landon Dickerson, obviously Fred isn't, that much or half a case. But even then, on the offensive line in general, he still has Leonard Dickerson. That's a legit star. Leonard Dickerson is a legit star. That helps him or half a case from a guard standpoint. He plays right next to him. And then depending where the pressure's coming from, sometimes Lane Johnson. Or Jordan Mailata. I mean, 4 out of the 5 offensive line are stars. So Cam Jurgens has his help. Where's Jalen Carter's help on the other side? Just a bunch of useless, worthless-ass bums who have to get carried by him. They get coddled. Oh, well, you see, we don't need starters to play like starters. We don't need starters to give starter numbers. We just need starters to play like role players. Whoever feels like that or however that can't, I'm sorry, y'all just have too low of expectations. Oh, yeah, it's okay, you guys play like crap. Oh, it's okay, you're a starter and you play like a bench warmer. Yeah, it's perfectly okay. No. Whoever truly feels that way has out of touch of reality. I'm sorry to tell you. Like, Jalen Carter needs a real teammate that can actually pass rush versus just a bum that plays patty cake with the other team's offensive line all day. Or a bum that takes 10 years to be worth a damn. Now, if we lose this year, okay, fine. Yeah, maybe sure we can wait another year. Or a few years, however the case. But then again, I do understand, that a lot of the guys on the trade block, if not all the guys, really ain't worth trading for. Mid at best are bums, hence why they're on the trade block. And the guys that are worth trading for are not on the trade block. But I mean, hey, it's what happens whenever you get a linebacker, whenever you already have a damn good linebacker core, but nowhere near enough pass rush. Just what happens when you make half-ass moves. Just what happens. And in terms of BG, yeah, he had a rough couple first few years or however the case. But I mean, he had a couple more sacks in his first 3 years or however the case. And, we didn't have even our first Super Bowl yet. Big difference, big difference. Just saying. There was a reason why we picked 10th overall to draft him. Because we were horrible the year before. 2009, yeah, not that much to be, oh, that's a great team. Yeah, not really. 2004, 2017, 2022, and 2024, like in recent history, not of all time, but in recent history, since 2000, those are the really only great Eagles teams. 2004. We had McNabb, we had T.O., etc. You know what I'm saying? And then 2017, you had Foles, the Philly special and things of that nature. You had, whether it be like coaching or however the case, you had elite coaching and things of that nature, an elite group of defensive guys, things of that nature, damn good secondary. And yeah, sure, I know Tom Brady threw for 500 yards, but it's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady, come on. He's going to have a good Super Bowl once in a while. But yeah, so in terms of BG, whenever he initially got drafted, we had more time or however the case. And then, but yeah, and then in terms of 2022, historic pass rush, led the league in sacks or however the case. And then, Obviously lost in the Super Bowl, but still, that was still a really, really great team. Then in 2024, last year, was only the second great Eagles team to ever win. So, I mean, it's going to take a great team to win, not just a team full of bench warmers and bums. Is the point of all that. So I love BG or have case, but A, his journey was different, and two, we got a sack from Tom Brady. Whenever he got drafted, completely different time, completely different team, completely different coach, etc. And even then, I love that he's back and things of that nature, but realistically, he's only going to play 15, 20 snaps a game, maybe 4 sacks on the season remaining. But we need more than that. It's not enough. I love BG. Nothing against him. I'm not trashing him. He's a great player for us. He's the greatest Eagles player of all time. At least speaking for myself on this, he's exactly what we want as a player. You know what I'm saying? From a fan standpoint and things of that nature. Always plays hard, doesn't give up and things of that nature. Great leader. All those things, all those intangibles. He has all that. Now in terms of on the field, he's obviously not in his prime anymore. 2 tricep tears, 37 years of age. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being realistic. I love him. Greatest Eagle of all time. Even if he shits the bed, I'll still love him. But yeah. So in terms of some official Eagles news, Eagles trade for cornerback Michael Carter II and a 2027 7th round pick. So that's a 7th, as in 7. But yeah, in exchange for wide receiver John Mechie III and a 2027 6th round pick. It is widely being reported that the Eagles are seriously interested in trading for Myles Garrett. First and foremost, in terms of Myles Garrett thing, my second take will go out the water. It won't matter, however the case. But even then, some of the rumors have cooled off or however, and supposedly he's untouchable and all that or however. So, I don't know. Until the trade deadline happens, we'll see. But yeah. My number one thing I can say is that if we do get Myles Garrett, it won't matter who CB2 is and, how he's good for the next 5 years. He doesn't have to make a single move. He's good. Obviously, except drafting good or however the case. But yeah, so my reaction to the already confirmed trade of Michael Carter and the 7th round pick. In my opinion, he has Shaq Leonard 2.0 written all over him. Both of them hurt their back. Both of them went to shit. Both of them couldn't return to form. Both the team gave up on him, and both of them got picked up by Howie in a half-assed, garbage-ass move. Whether by trade, signing, however the case may be, that's kind of how it is, or however that's how it would appear. Those are just the similarities between what looks like 2 garbage-ass moves. Hope it can be great for us and stay healthy, because we do need a playable CB2, which kind of leads us into our next official trade. The Eagles trade a 6th round pick for Jair Alexander for a 6th round pick, and I believe we also got a 7th out of it, or have the case. So I don't know exactly, if it's just like for depth or however the case may be, but it is a low cost move or however the case. I do like the Jair Alexander signing a lot more, but nonetheless, I don't really like either of them, to be honest. I don't like really either move or however. Jair's been playing like shit recently or however the case, and the other one's injury prone, so hopefully Howie can make an actual move instead of just worthless ass Timu moves. But yeah. Last but not least, Howie does finally make a move at edge rusher, however the case. It's like a D+, C- move, or however the case. Sends a late 3rd round pick, or however the case. It was our own, so it wasn't the one we got from the Jets or any other trade, or however the case. But yeah, so a late 3rd round pick to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for Jalen Phillips. It's cool we have 3 Jalens on the team and things of that nature. But yeah, BG's still our best pass rusher. So, I mean, didn't really move the needle or, anything like that. Jalen Carter still needs, like, some actual help and things of that nature. So, yeah, I mean, I wish the best for him and things of that nature. I hope, the corners, can cover perfectly. I hope they can play like Deion Sanders, for like 30 straight minutes or however the case or however long they're out there, because, it's going to take 6 days for the pass rush to get home. And Nolan Smith, fuck that bum. He's a bum. 41 career games, only 12 sacks, garbage. Availability is his talent too. Availability is an ability too. Oh, he can run fast. It doesn't matter if you can't show it. It doesn't matter if you can't get to the freaking quarterback. Take some freaking, 40-something games just to get, a dozen. I mean, come on now. It's garbage. Pressures. I've seen game winners under pressure. I've seen a lot of pass completions under pressure. I've seen a lot of touchdowns under pressure. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. It's not, like riding a bike or, it's hard to do, yes, you know what I'm saying? But take away the yards, get to the quarterback, get the sack. The guy stiff as a board, injury prone, best years behind him. Same thing for the DBs. One of them, Shaq Leonard 2.0. The other one's washed. Sad but true. And that's literally why I put Howie's mid-season. He's trying. All credit to him. Respect Howie. I respect Howie, you know what I'm saying? He's trying. But the moves are still garbage. He's trying, I don't blame Howie. He's doing the best he can. Because, all the good pass rushers teams are stingy with the good pass rushers. So, he's stuck making a bum move. He's just doing the best he can with what he has to work with. And, all the good pass rushers teams are stingy, So that really wasn't worth anybody trading for. But, he had to try. He made a desperation move because the pass rush was that bad. And he didn't trust Nolan. Clearly, Nolan's not the answer. That's why he spent a third-round pick on another pass rusher. Same thing with Jay Lixant. That's 2 third-round picks, regardless of trade, regardless if they're drafted. That's 2 third-round picks spent on pass rush because what we had wasn't enough. That literally spells it out for you. Our pass rushers are bums, so we got to spend multiple first-rounders, multiple third-rounders. Heck, I'm pretty sure even Ty Robinson was their third or fourth rounder, a mid-round pick. A mid-round pick to a high-round pick, obviously different levels of value, but those are still respectable levels of value. 5, 6, and 7, yeah, sure, you have a point. It's a late-round pick, yeah, fine. 5 through 7, 5, 6, and 7. But 1 through 4, that's decent equity that you're putting into a player. Decent. In terms of rounds 3 and 4. First 2, that's high equity. If you're a first or second round pick, that's pretty high equity, considering that there's 7 rounds. But the first 4, that's at least decent for like 3 and 4, and then the first 2, that's high. High equity's first 2. Medium equity is 3 and 4, and then low equity is 5, 6, and 7. That's fair. So, clearly if Nolan and them were enough, they wouldn't have to beg BG to come out of retirement. Or BG wouldn't have to come out of retirement because he could just chill and enjoy his retirement. I appreciate him for doing that. Heck yeah, he's an Eagles legend. I appreciate him. Eagles legend, sack Tom Brady and all that good stuff. But clearly, if Nolan Smith's coming back, we got J-Lix and all them, well, they wouldn't have to spend another third-round pick if those guys were enough. They're not. Third-round pick's at least decent capital. If you're spending a third-round pick, that's clearly saying Nolan and all them guys ain't enough. Whether it be health, regardless if it be ability or however the case, not ready yet, regardless. Nothing personal or however the case, but we have a chance to repeat. And Howie's seen that. He's trying to do something. All respect to him. You know what I'm saying? But, clearly the other guys ain't enough. Clearly. Trying to get guys more versatile than Jordan Davis or however the case. I think that was the attempt in whatchamacallit, Ty Robinson. Hopefully, he'll be ready by next year, the year after. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's my take or however the case on the trades. On the cornerback trades, F. I can't really give that, anything more than maybe a D-. But, in terms of that, on the highest I could give, the absolute highest I could probably give the Jalen trade or however the case would probably be a C-. C- is probably the highest I could give it or however the case for the Jalen Phillips trade. Wish him the best. I hope he's dominant for us and things of that nature. Hopefully, he can tie his shoes without getting hurt and things of that nature. He can stay healthy after tying his shoes and, walking through the facility. Hopefully he can stay healthy, doing those things and then stay healthy getting on the field and, be worth a damn on the field. And, there's a lot of steps, that's a lot of ifs. That's a lot of hopefullys and all that or however the case. So hopefully all those things can happen. He could be a great player for us. I don't want him to be bad just so I can be right. That's the number one thing I can say. I'd rather be wrong and him be great for us than me be right and him be bad for us. I'd rather him be great and me be wrong. I'd rather be wrong. But it looks like, that I'm just using what I've been shown or, what I'm available to research and things of that nature. That's where my research took me to have that opinion. I watched him play or however the case. Yeah, he gets through, but he just wastes it. And screw pressure. We need guys that can take away yards and, take away that down. not let him skirt up to the line of scrimmage. We need another elite guy besides Jalen Carter, so, that frees up the other guys, so the other guys don't have to be as good. But we at least need 2 pretty great guys on the D-line. At least. If the O-line can have 4, then the D-line can have 2. That's fair. That's half as much. That's fair. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. So overall, if you can't tell already, I don't like the moves. But hey, at least Howie's trying, whether it be half-assed or not. But unfortunately, it's just replacing trash with even more trash. Hopefully, they can prove me wrong and at least be solid, either depth pieces or corners or however the case for us. But if they're barely playable, then, the moves would still be trash in my opinion. So at the time of recording, 10/31/2025, there's 4 days till the trade deadline. Hence why I named this video the bye-week Blitz and things of that nature, because it all falls within the bye week. It all perfectly added up or however the case. So in my opinion, I think we arguably need a good pass rusher more than any other team in the league that actually has a chance to win a Super Bowl or however the case. Yeah, sure, probably franchises and all that. Yeah, sure. But in terms of the teams that actually have a chance this year, we need a good pass rusher damn near more than anybody. So Howie's got a blitz Cleveland's phones for Garrett, blitz Cleveland's phones for Cosby, blitz Cincinnati's phones for Trey Hendrickson, blitz some team's phone for a guy that's worth a damn, because, Carter shouldn't have to carry, and have to face 1v3s, 1v4s, 1v5s. Double teams, yeah, that's part of it. When you're great, you're double teamed. But if you get triple teamed, 3 guys, 3 offensive linemen on 1 guy, it's literally because you're playing on a poverty defensive line. And if they can't put something real around him, we shouldn't pay Jalen Carter. If we're just going to waste his career and just put bums around him, we shouldn't even freaking pay him the max. We should just give him $20 million. If he takes it, he takes it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. We need a good defensive line, not just one good defensive line guy and the rest of them are fucking worthless. No, we need a good unit. Jalen Carter, yes, he's great, yes. But he needs help. He needs great help, not just bum help. So yeah, that could literally be in its own topic. Why pay Jalen Carter if you're just going to waste him with bums around him that he has to carry? Because you can't expect him to consistently win 1v3s, 1v4s, and 1v5s. Come on. It's come on, Howie, stop slacking. Get him a freaking real pass rusher to help him out. I don't care if I sound spoiled or however the case, but the 2025 Eagles can repeat as Super Bowl champion. When we won Super Bowl 52, we didn't have nearly this much ammo still left. Do we have Saquon Barkley that just ran for 2,000 yards? Just asking, did we? Did our starting quarterback, Carson Wentz, was he completely healthy? That was our starter. Drafted number 2 overall, I'm pretty sure, in 2016. I'm pretty sure it was number 2 overall. Been about 10 years, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was number 2 overall. Was our offensive line, was the defensive coaching staff still that much together and that good? Was our corners still that good? Quinion and Coop, were quite a bit better. Quite a bit better, Coop and Quinion are. Were our linebackers as good as all-pro Zach Bond? Just saying. These are fair questions, you guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. Nick Foles, backup quarterback. Carson Wentz, torn ACL. Oh, that matters. Who's throwing the ball matters. No 2,000-yard running back. That matters. Just saying. Just saying. That matters. We're a younger team overall, or however the case. We're fresher. We have more still in the tank, or however the case. So, after Super Bowl 52, I kind of knew the next year wasn't our year, but I was just so happy that we won to begin with, or however, so it kind of made up for it. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't won a Super Bowl till now. We have a great roster. Yes, it has a massive, massive pass rush hole, but we still can repeat as Super Bowl champs. So respectfully, fuck all the coddling and waiting around and babying and, oh, it's okay that he's not worth shit. It's okay he's a starter but doesn't play like it. No, fuck all that. Fuck all the waiting for years for a guy to be worth a damn. Fuck all the 10 sacks by 20 bums committee bullshit. We need a real edge that can suck it up, do the freaking job, and be an every down guy, and that consists of Jalen Carter. Whether it be a draft, trade, there's people being born every minute, there's people being eligible for the NFL draft every minute, you know what I'm saying? Even though they can only declare for a certain amount of time or a certain part of the year. Yes, that's true, I'm just saying. People are born every second, people age every second or have a case. So if you have to be 18, 19 to join the league, then, that could be any second you're eligible to join the league. Next year, you're in the league. That could be our guy. Anything's possible. So I'm not just saying it has to be Myles Garrett or Max Crosby. It's not, has to be a Hall of Famer, have a case, but at least a Pro Bowler. Yes, Pro Bowler. If the O-line can have 4 Pro Bowlers, If the offensive line can have 4 legit Pro Bowlers, Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens, he was a Pro Bowler, Landon Dickerson, and Jordan Mailata, that's 4 Pro Bowlers. And arguably even Mekhi Becton, but either way, he's not here. But even then, you have 4 Pro Bowl capable guys. On the D-line, you have 1. Come on, come on. If you can do it for the offense, you can do it for the defense. Fuck all the excuses. Oh, well, it's the money's all on the offense. How we can only do something. Fuck all that coddling shit. Defensive line's fucking worthless. Do something about it, Howie. Come on, wake up. Come on. Where's Howie Fleeceman? Where's Ski Mask Howie? Where? He hasn't been nowhere this year. He's been lost and found this year. But hopefully, on the positive note, or however the case, kind of just to wrap it all up, I am glad we won. I am glad BG's back. I am glad Howie's making some kind of move for the defense, whether it be half-assed or not. It is half-assed. It is garbage-ass freaking moves. Getting guys that couldn't cover a statue, it literally doesn't move, but, hey. Hopefully we'll see a move for a defensive end who's worth a damn. Especially, with injuries or however the case. I don't trust Nolan. At this point, fuck Nolan. 30th pick, 41 games, 12 sacks, worthless. Get out of here. Bust. Garbage. Yeah, he's fast. Oh, Nolan season. Oh, he came in the playoffs. 41 games, 12 sacks. Garbage. Just saying, garbage. Waste of a freaking pick. Waste pick. Probably a 3rd round pick. If you're a 1st round pick within your first 3 years, you need a double-digit sack season. Other than that, you got picked in the wrong spot. 1 out of 3 years. That's 33% success rate. Getting a 10-sack season as a 1st round pick. You gotta have a double-digit sacks. Oh, pressures. Guess what? You can still complete a pass under pressure. It's hard, yes. It's difficult, yes. But if you sack somebody, it's counted as a sack and all that good stuff. Guess what? Most of the time, it's a loss of yards. Most of the time. Even if they get up to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Compared to just still allowing a 1st down. People completed 1st downs under pressure. In the Super Bowl era, there's been 59 Super Bowls. Last one won by us, obviously, or half case. There's been 59 Super Bowls in the 59 years of Super Bowls. There's been thousands of touchdowns, thousands of games won under pressure passes and all that. Sacks are better. Sacks are more important. Fuck pressures. Pressures just mean, I can get past the line, but I can't tackle the quarterback, so I'm fucking worthless. That's all it means. Okay, well, I can play pat cake with the offensive line. The right when I get through, he'll throw the ball for an easy completion. Oh, I still got the pressure. No. Worthless. Sacks. Hit the fucking quarterback. Put him on his ass. Take away yards. That's what you do. In terms of wide receivers, that's the corners, linebackers, that's their job. And when the time Zach Bond's in coverage or have case, I remember a few clutch pass breakups by Zach Bond. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I'm tired of all the excuses fans are making and all that. No. Oh, he's greatest GM. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, when we need it, where's the hat? We have a chance of repeating. He's just like, I'm good for the next 10 years. 1-1 every 10 years. I'm good. No. Where's our dynasty? Where's our historically great team? Where's our repeat year? It's slacking like that. That's going to cost us it. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think or have the case about everything so far after week 8. I'm cautiously optimistic we can go back to back, but we need, a few things to go our way. We at least need a few positional upgrades or however the case, and for the offensive line to get healthy and stay healthy and keep playing good. If we can get those 2 things to happen, the O-line to stay healthy and keep playing good or however, and a few positional upgrades, I like our chances and things of that nature. But if those 2 things can't get done, our season's cooked. We just won't know it yet. Just saying. What do you guys think about the wins over the Vikings and Giants? What have you guys seen that you guys like or dislike so far this year, however the case, or even drop anything Eagles related down below in the comments, and I will get to it as soon as humanly possible. But all that said, that is all I have for you guys today. I just want to say thank you guys so much for choosing Philly Flyover Network, where you get authentic Eagles passion you can trust. And I really appreciate you guys making it part of your day and things of that nature. I'm trying to get a team together to up my consistency and all that, so I can, get higher quality content out more often and more consistently. Because, I do want y'all to be informed and entertained as much as humanly possible and things of that nature, and, build my community as well, and have mods and have merch and, just have a family, basically, or have the case, But, yeah, all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys can, please like and subscribe and comment, so maybe YouTube will start taking our hard-earned views. But, yeah, God bless you all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Philly out. Peace!